We're okay. Everybody's okay. Well, let me explain. The theater is in a mall shopping center. Driving by, I'm like, oh, that's the theater where the premiere is. Yeah, it is. And the walls are ripped down from the tornado. I mean, literally, there's a Burlington coat factory, and the front wall of Burlington Coat Factory is fallen down. The tornado, the whole time, where the tornado hit in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex was at the movie theater parking lot where we're doing the Moonrise premiere. What are the odds?
When the little things mean everything, that's when you got everything you need. If you're anything like me.
We got to Dallas, Texas. We got here last night. We got a movie premiere for Moonrise tonight, red carpet event. There's gonna be 1,000 people coming. Can you believe that? They had to get 2 theaters. That's insane. I can't believe, first of all, it's a testament to you guys and how dedicated you are to come and see this brand new movie with me, Moonrise, which is, by the way, out now. If you're watching this, I'm filming this 2 days before, but the movie is out. It's on PureFlix. You could stream it now. You could actually do it for free. If you download PureFlix for the free trial, you could watch the movie for free. Anyway, so we come to Dallas, we wake up this morning, I walk outside, we're going to these interviews, right? We're gonna go and we're gonna do all these interviews set up just like we did last week in Nashville. I walk outside and I'm like, man, it's green. And it was 7:20 is when we had a lobby call. I'm like, man, it's green out here. And I told Chris, I was like, sky looks green. That means a tornado's coming. All you Texans, probably Oklahoma, Kansas, you probably know, when you see a green, like Grinch green sky, something's weird, man. Something's coming. Sure enough, we get in the car, we start driving across town. We're in Grapevine going to Dallas, and sure enough, a tornado is like imminent coming. We get to the news station, and the first thing that happens is the second news station, which was Good Morning Dallas, cancels. We're at Good Morning Texas news station. So we're about to do Good Morning Texas, and they're just running this news story over and over. You don't have to get out. Stay at home. Stay safe.
We'll figure it out.
Hey guys, I'm Paige.
Hi, Paige.
I'll be doing the interview.
Granger.
I watched the movie last night. I really did enjoy it. Thank you so much
for taking
being
the time.
here. Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Then you remember Jackson right here.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Well, hi, big guy. You're a real guitar player. Is that you really playing the guitar?
Well, not there.
There, but yeah. And well, let me ask him this: are you the one that can you really skip a rock that many times?
I'm glad you asked.
I wanted to know.
Yes, I can.
Can you really? That was
Most
you?
proud moment in the whole movie.
I was so impressed. I'm like, he skipped that rock like 10 times. It was like
She was like, there's an extra doing the
I was
rock.
wondering. I was like, does he have an extra rock skipper that's kind of standing in? So,
Well, as long as these keep getting pushed back. So say that expires at 9:15, then we would immediately pick up where weather leaves off. So
Okay.
we have to be on standby, but just so y'all like have a gauge of time, kind of keep an eye on that expiration.
Thank you. So the Good Day Dallas is done.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go straight to Salem and then back to the hotel.
We're hoping that we're gonna be able to have you live, but we're not really sure yet. But we're just gonna have you on standby just in case.
Sounds good.
All right, come on.
Oh man, it's crazy. That is wow. Look at the news station, there's a tornado.
And we're live here, and I think it's severe hail and rain.
So Good Morning Dallas cancels. Good Morning Texas, they're just running, or Good Day Texas, or Good Day Dallas, Good Morning Texas, something like that. They're just running the weather, and they're like, hey, we might not get your show, might not get your interview because we're running the weather. And I'm like, dude, no worries. I totally understand. We could either not do it or catch up on a Zoom call later this week, whatever. But yeah, tornado is more important than this interview.
All right, y'all. Got some bad news.
What?
That's
No.
a wrap.
dang it.
Yeah.
We knew that was
Let's
coming.
get you reskipped though.
We knew
okay?
that was coming. We'll do Zoom.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to it. I'll save my questions and I'll get to interview you.
Thank you so much. I mean, the weather is wild outside. Wild. And this is in Dallas, like I said, like probably 30 minutes away from where I am right now. It's just ripping through downtown Dallas, and the wind is crazy, the rain is crazy.
A potential in that area, and that will be working its way east over to
We are trying to get out of here and go to the next interview. That probably ain't happening either. But it looks like the tornado is kind of moving over us.
Is this a safe room to be in?
It's not a safe room. We're in total, there's glass everywhere. This is probably the worst place we could be. At the news station, watching the news. So we get back in the car, right? We're gonna head back to Grapevine, and we're gonna radio interview in Grapevine. So we head to the radio station. I mean, there's like sirens, there's like ambulances and fire trucks going by. It's like, man, something went down in this city. Girls and horses. There's some connection that we'll never understand about girls and horses. In fact, through this movie, interestingly enough, it's really about the love of a horse, a girl and a love of a horse that ends up breaking down the walls of this father and his inability to deal with grief. We go in, we do the radio interview, the next thing gets canceled. We head back to the hotel where the theater is. We're gonna watch the premiere tonight. The theater is in a mall shopping center. Driving by, I'm like, oh, that's the theater where the premiere is. Yeah, it is. And the walls are ripped down from the tornado where we're doing the Moonrise premiere. What are the odds?
Where are you, man?
That's right. So our theater is here. That's crazy. That must have been a tornado just smacked that mall. God.
You want out?
Anytime I talk about tornadoes on the Smiths, which I have a lot, I have to always say, you know my heart. You guys know my heart. I hope no one is hurt. And I don't think they are. But so I say that with caution. Like I hope no one's hurt, and I hope I'm not making a video when someone is actually hurt. But it looks like no one was at the Burlington Coat Factory. They hadn't opened yet. And they're just trying to put the walls, like these emergency services were like trying to get stuff out of the parking lot. There was like insulation in the tops of trees all over the mall. Long story short, a bunch of canceled interviews, but that's okay. The movie premiere is still on for tonight, so we're going to go and still do that. And I had to post on my social media. PureFlix asked me if I could post on social media that everything's good, and we're still going to do it. But what a wild circumstance that in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, a tornado hits. We leave here to go to Dallas, and it's crazy over there. End up coming back, and the people in this hotel that I'm in now, we all had to get in the stairwell while we were gone. During that hour time of us being gone, they were all camped out in the stairwell. Wild. Anyway. Back to the normal show. Here we go. Number 2, premiere. Because it started in January and it never ended. It just kept going and going. We just kept tweaking and working, and it was always something more to do. And so I want you to know when you watch this film, everything that you hear and see, every second, every moment, every frame, every note was just scoured over by us. And so we hope you love it.
I'm waiting for the talent to get here, the star of the film. And once he arrives, I'm going to direct him where to park his motor vehicle. After the motor vehicle is parked, I'm going to escort him through these doors, may stop for a popcorn on the way, and then we are going to head to the red carpet for some shindigging.
Some might say you're the star of the show.
A lot of people say that. You know, it's weird. It gets really weird when people say it a lot. A lot.
What are your thoughts about your kids seeing you on the big screen for the first time tonight?
Gosh, I haven't really thought about that. I'm here to work. I didn't think about that aspect of the evening, but I think that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully they're not too embarrassed. You know, like, look at that idiot up there in a cowboy hat. What's he doing in this movie? He shouldn't be in this movie. They'll probably say something like that. All right.
Hey, buddy. How are you? Hi.
Happy holidays!
My movie, son. About to go. Vicky and I are going to introduce the final premiere.
Yep. What was your favorite thing to eat on set? Like favorite craft services?
My biggest problem really during the set was I didn't eat enough. Neither did she. I lost 12 pounds during that shoot because we skipped dinner every single night. Because we went over dinner because we were working through it. And then in Blanco, Texas, as y'all know, nothing's open after 8 o'clock. Nothing. And I didn't think ahead. I had a can of beans in my little Airbnb. So I would go back and just eat beans and and I was doing after midnight my radio show. Man, it was a lonely month.
The worst thing was, he said, I've got to gain that back. Who says that? I was like, not me.
These boys ate everything in front of them, every time.
Granger lost 12 pounds, but me and Jackson, we carried his 12 pounds, and we both gained 6.
I would like elaboration on falling off the log.
I really have no idea. It's kind of like slipping on ice.
What was your most challenging scene to shoot?
Ellie and I, Piper and I, at the on the ridge, it was in the 20s, the temperature, and it was. So a lot of y'all might not realize, I didn't say this in the other premieres, but these kids, there's laws, there's child working laws on set. So they can only work so many hours before they got to either take a break or go to school with a tutor. It was really, really annoying. So we would just be, like right in the middle of something, and they'd be like, oh, kids have timed out. They're done. Piper's done. And so on the ridge, we call it pumpkining. So like Piper's gonna pumpkin. Yeah. And so we're like, Piper's gonna pumpkin in like 15 minutes. And we didn't have the scene at all. That whole last scene is like one take, really. We did it one time. And it was like 20 degrees. We were freezing. Belle was tired, the horse, and she was like kept nudging us in the back, and she wanted to lay down. And our director of photography, Lance, who was there last night, was just like smoking cigarettes. He was just so nervous and mad. And we couldn't mess that up. Kind of an important scene, and we rushed it. And some of the non-important scenes we had all day to shoot. That's just how it went. That was right.
Yeah. We were freezing. It was so cold, and we were both actually shaking. Yeah. We were sitting in a car heating up between every take.
And not talking. We didn't talk because we didn't want to get out of character. Like, we're having this deep scene, and we didn't want to jump in the car and be like, what are you doing tomorrow? What are you having for breakfast? So we were just like dead silent with the heater on. So awkward. And Piper, everything you saw, she's unreal. This girl's unreal. I mean, she had everything memorized day one. I know you did. She came from New York with it already memorized, and she showed up, and she could cry like on a drop of a hat.
Yeah.
This girl's amazing.
Had a Texas accent already.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
She came prepared.
What I wanted to happen, and hopefully it'll matter to someone, when they see a man that tried to do everything he could to fix the problem, or to put a Band-Aid on his grief, or to sweep things under a rug and self-help himself. And that's the world that we live in, wants to tell you that the problem is outside and the solution is inside. The power is within you. Just manifest the power and dig deep, and you could come out on top and you could conquer. And so that's the message that American culture tells us right now. And as I wanted to show in this film, here's a man that was trying everything he could to hold it together for 2 years and try to be a single dad. And hey, I'm just going to lose the ranch. I know what, I got an idea. I'm just going to sell it. I'm just going to divide it up into sections and sell it. I am in control of everything. And what happens on that ridge? He finally realizes he's not in control. Surrender is the answer for him. And that's a word we don't like. Americans don't like that word surrender. It sounds like weakness. It sounds like giving up. But in fact, it's an action. And so I want people to see this character actively surrendering to God, our Creator. He has a purpose. He is sovereign. He has a plan. He is the Redeemer. The power is Him. The problem is us.
That's right. Awesome. Hey, Granger over here, off the right side over here, buddy. I just want to say thank you so much. All the crew and everything, y'all did an amazing job.
Thank you.
You guys wrote about my life. 2000, I lost a wife in a car accident. I about folded. About called it quits on life and just gave up. But I just wanted you to know that like Granger said, it took me about 7 years. You did it too. But the God of second chances is who we have, and my beautiful wife sitting next to me now. We have 2 beautiful kids. Been a wonderful, beautiful life because of the God of second chances who we serve. He's restored my life, and just watching you do the thing at the church was me. Going back trying to try, and I literally pulled out of a parking lot just like that, going, man, I don't need this. But there was a stirring in my heart, and that's the Holy Spirit that yearns. We were made to serve Him. We were made to worship Him. And ultimately, until, like you said, submit. And once you submit and you get it over with, man, I kid you not, that void that you have in your heart, only God can fill it. We're always searching for something. So thank you for doing this. It's an amazing story.
What's your name? David. I thought about you when we made this film. And Vicki thought about you, and Amber thought about you, and we said, if one person sees this through those long nights and those cold shoots and against all odds, I just thought, it's worth it if this matters to one person. And I know you say God of second chances, and I know exactly what you mean, we all agree, but God only has one plan, and He sees it through. There's no plan B with Him. There's no seconds for Him. We see it that way, but this was always His intention. It's so difficult for you to stand here and be vulnerable in front of a crowd like this, and that's the greatest testament we could have to this film. Thank you so much, David. Thanks, sir. Love you guys. Thank you so much.